So I know that he doesn't look like a regular hedgehog, and he's supposed to be an alien, but like, what is this?
High volume.
What's up, people? We are back again for another reflection video. We are doing the much anticipated, highly redone, for the great god of all movies, the new
Mhm.
song that will be out on the loving most loving holiday of the year. Be out on February 14th.
Yeah. They took a note from Cass and were like, we're going to do the editing beforehand
Right, right.
so that we don't have to DLC this mug.
We won't DLC this movie. We will 100% give it to you in the way that it's supposed to.
Yeah.
And I have to say, like, this made me extremely excited about this movie when they redid it. Although I was excited when it first dropped, the original Catastrophe. And
Catastrophe Part 1.
Catastrophe Part 1. Catastrophe. But
We can't escape.
but I just remember looking at it and being like, I hate it, but I'm excited to like see a full-fledged Sonic movie.
Mm.
And then as I'm watching it, and as it literally the trailer originally was what 2:30, like 2 minutes and 30 seconds,
Mhm.
and I'm just like, as the minutes kept going on, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, so I know that he doesn't look like a regular hedgehog, and he's supposed to be an alien, but like, what is this?
What's going on?
And the thing that made me the most, not the most mad, but kind of the most mad, is like, I watch a lot of videos about video game characters and about video games in general and all those other things. And I think about the fact that Sonic has kind of gone through this like development hell kind of thing where like they can't get the games right. And
Mhm.
even to the point where like Sonic Mania came out because, well, not because, but essentially because of fanfare. Like they kept coming out, the regular Sonic people kept coming out with these Sonic games that like the fans were not here for.
Mhm.
And so then somebody took it upon themselves, created this masterpiece, and then the Sonic people were like, should we listen to the fans? Maybe we should.
Mm.
And so then they took it, and then Sonic Mania came from it, and then it was genius.
Mhm.
So this movie, the original trailer, just reminded me that like the Sonic people do whatever they want to do,
Mhm.
and then they just expect us to put up with it.
Basically, they're America, is what he's saying. We do whatever, and you're gonna put up with it. What's good? Yeah, on that first trailer, it did piss me off, not gonna lie. Mainly because I just felt like we've seen Sonic in 3D since we were children, since the
Right.
Dreamcast.
Right.
We
Shout
know
out
what
to
we know what Sonic looks like. Why did you go back to that well? Because no one was really complaining about Sonic's character design when he went to 3D.
No.
So what made you think of like changing it up? Because we've already seen. I guess maybe like they wanted to like, okay, well this is like the real world and not like a digital world. But it was jarring. I was jarred. Um,
But also, like, even in the real world, you're bringing an alien blue hedgehog
Mm.
to Earth.
Yeah.
That ain't it.
No.
Like that's all I kept saying the whole time. I'm like, this why? He didn't need to look the way that he looked.
No. There was
They
no
were
reason for it.
no. I would have
Um,
preferred them like slap Jane Judy Dench's like face
Okay,
on
cool.
Sonic and then like
right.
play faced it out. I don't know.
Mr. Rumble Tumble. Yes. Yeah, I like, it's not as bad as Cats, but the reason why I feel like there was such a reaction is because like our generation obviously has a close connection to Sonic. Like there are
Right.
certain characters that we just know in and out. We know Mario, we know Luigi, we know Link, we know Sonic, and what they showed wasn't Sonic. I don't know who that was. I don't know who he was pretending to be. Um,
And
thankfully,
some pretending to be Sonic.
yeah. Thankfully, they changed it, so we will be watching the video. I'm sure it'll be 1,000 times better than the original.
Yes.
So, without further to do, 1, 2, 3.
I'm Sonic, a little ball
See,
of super
already,
energy.
like his
Already.
eyes needed to look
Not
like
like-
that.
Some package.
Even
On
before
my
the eyes,
planet,
like
people
the
were always
shoots.
after my powers.
Mm-hmm.
So I came
Like
to
if
yours.
nothing else,
It gets a little
well, no, they
lonely.
needed everything else better.
That's
But
okay.
Yeah,
I am living my
yes,
best life on Earth.
10 times better. Like even his fur.
Ow!
yeah,
Let the plate Sonic. Let the pitcher's mound also
and
Sonic.
it just blows our mind. Like who didn't,
Ugh,
who
I can't
okayed
with
the
that guy.
first one, and
Right.
somebody didn't be like, should we
Yeah,
make
it's
him look
right.
like the
It's the same
iconic
thing with
character?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like this went by several
Hanging out
people.
in my garage.
They're coming for me. If they steal my power, they could conquer the universe. You have to help me.
I love
Please.
that,
It's life or death.
like James Marsden has
Mm-hmm.
become like the buddy cop
I'm going to
with,
give you 5
like
seconds.
odd
Tell me where
characters
it is.
actor.
Wait, don't hurt him.
Yeah, I think it stems from what was that princess movie with Amy Adams?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like it started with that of like him being this actor that can transition between realism and surrealism.
Yeah.
Where he like weirdly fits into this world because he like is so
This creature is.
princely handsome
I'm
that it
going
kind
to
of makes
discover
sense.
the source of its power.
It's like taking the ideas that they want to do with shows like You,
I just
Mhm.
thought you
and
might like a
putting
latte
that
with
like
steamed Austrian goat
that
milk. Of course I
crazy,
want a latte.
not even crazy, but like that attractive person in a role that
Let
you
me show
want
you
to
how it's
see,
done.
except
Mhm.
things like this you actually want to
So can we
see
get
them
outta here?
in
Yeah, time to go.
Yeah,
I always want to do this.
doing.
I mean
good.
this looks really fun.
It does,
Here comes the boom.
and that, you know what, that's what was missing from the original Sonic.
I have no
He
The
idea.
didn't
funness?
look fun.
It didn't.
He looked like he was trying to be this like ultimate realistic like thing,
Mhm.
and it was like it's a video game movie.
Yeah,
We don't need it to look real or like
No.
that.
no, we need to be taken away from reality.
Yeah,
We need to be like hyper reality.
yeah. That's the reason why we play video games and see video game movies and want things like this.
Yeah, it's like extreme, which is what you expect.
So,
This actually looks really
you're
good.
supposed to be Tom
Like
does.
they had
and
something to
won't shut
prove,
up about.
and you could tell from
Well,
this
I don't see
trailer.
the appeal.
Yeah.
That is very gross. Let's go.
Yeah, so I think this trailer, obviously, like there's really no comparison. Like I feel like I even blocked out the first one. I just kind of remembered what Sonic looked like. But actually, let me pull up the original one just so I can like look at it again.
If you
Um,
literally just type in Sonic the Hedgehog movie trailer, like you'll see the number of videos that are like looking at the comparison.
Yeah,
Side
it's-
by side.
Yeah, the side by side. It's not right. Like we have a Sonic that worked really well from Dreamcast and on, and then now suddenly in 2019 they decided to go for this really weird, like because its eyes were less dramatic.
Mhm.
Its nose was more realistic, like a groundhog. Wait, so like a hedgehog's.
Yeah.
And we didn't need that. We just needed Sonic, and like I feel like they were trying to, I don't know, update him, make him look cool, and he's Sonic. Like he's a classic character design. We just want Sonic, and they did that with the updated trailer.
With the DLC. And
Mhm.
like I think that, I think genuinely, even with the update, like they still made him look iconically like modern.
Mhm.
and still recognizable.
Definitely.
Because I think, like, I look at this and I'm like, if they did this to like Sonic, how would Mickey Mouse have looked?
Mm.
Like that, it's almost no comparison, and it's like random. But I just think about looking at the original Sonic and the treatment that like somebody like Mickey Mouse would have got.
They would have rolled out the
have
red carpet for Mickey Mouse.
Like, we wouldn't need DLC for a Mickey Mouse.
Right?
Like, it would
He'd be like, I'm here.
right. So
King
it
Mickey.
just blows my mind. It blows my mind that like the people at Sonic really just did that.
They did. And, you know, I really feel like the movie Detective Pikachu really set the bar high because, you know,
Yes.
being a hardcore Pokemon fan, Poke fan, since circa 1996, Pokemon Red, shout out. I feel like those designs in that film, because it could have easily like looked strange or like off-putting,
Yep.
but they stayed true to the original. They updated it where need be, but they didn't go crazy because like when I went to it, because I went and took my niece and nephew, and we saw it and they enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was like this like nostalgic throwback, and the character
Right.
designs were on point. I didn't have a single issue, and there were a ton of Pokemon, a ton, because there's like 700 and some, 800, closing in on like 1,000.
And it's crazy because even when we saw like they were dropping like the screenshots of like how Jigglypuff looked in that bar
Mm-hmm.
and like how creepy it was at times. Like it still fit. And it's
Yes.
still like they didn't try to make it something that it wasn't. They took what we knew that it was and they just made it fit into the modern world so that they weren't like acting with cartoon characters.
Yeah.
And like even down to the background Pokemon that you had to really be paying attention and like looking out for.
Mm-hmm.
They still put so much like work and so much detail into these characters that they knew people weren't going to notice all like thousands of these Pokemon characters.
Mm-hmm.
But they still did their due diligence to
Yeah.
make sure that they put the production value into it because they knew we were going to be the ones watching it and they knew we were going to be the ones nitpicking it.
Uh-huh. Sure was. And so here's where my confusion was. As aforementioned, there's like nearly 1,000 Pokemon at this point. I didn't see anything that like I was like, oh, that's weird. That's like no, that didn't happen. So riddle me this: how is it that they couldn't get Sonic right? Okay,
Right.
I didn't see Knuckles. I didn't see Shadow. Like you had one character and you messed it up. That's what pissed me off beyond anything. Because we got Pikachu, we got Charizard, we got Jigglypuff, we had what Coughings, we
Mr.
had like
Mime was in there.
yes.
Like literally,
Okay.
it's literally all of them.
Yeah.
And you couldn't get Sonic right. And like I said, but like, or like we both said, nobody was necessarily mad at the character designs like in the video games, aside from when they redesigned Knuckles to be this like overly muscular like macho thing.
Mhm.
But it like you can see the progression from like our original 2D Sonic to Dreamcast Sonic to like the racing game for Sonic to even when they made Sonic like a werewolf, I believe.
I don't remember that.
There's a game where like he has a power and he turns into a werewolf. It's a whole thing. But like he's had so many character designs that the only thing that people really complained about was the gameplay of the games not being up to par with what we know Sonic can be. So then you look at the original trailer and it's like, who is running like Sonic
Literally.
PR? Like they're running and dodging what fans
Right.
want. And it's just
You're
like
not getting
for
my
what?
coins. It's like,
No. Like people, this is to me when I look at the redesign, this ends up being like a movie that you would want to watch over and over and over again.
Yeah.
when I look at the first design, you get money because people want to see a Sonic movie, but then people want to see it so that they can bash how terrible it is because the look of Sonic throws everything else off. So check us out. My Instagram's at Steph Terrell, StepHterell, and yours is.
That sounded like a rap. Mine is at IndieArtX, IndieArtX. So, yep, this has been Reblaction. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and follow. Do all that jazz, and we will check y'all later.